So most recruiters just place talent. We absolutely place leadership and we build infrastructure. And if you've ever been stuck with a manager who couldn't carry the load, you know how big of a difference that really is. Because traditional recruiting is fast, it's transactional, but it's pretty much surface level. It's built to move resumes, not build teams that actually function without the founder or the decision makers in the room. So most hiring processes today, they match job titles with job descriptions. They ask, how's this person done the job before? It rarely asks, can this person, actually lead people right now? So companies hire managers who've had the title, but not the wiring. They know how to sit in meetings, but they don't know how to hold a team accountable. They can recite company values, but they can't enforce them. That's not leadership. That's just like glorified task management. And founders and decision makers are paying six figures, but they're still having to carry the weight of that specific job. We work with companies, but we don't just look, we assess for leadership readiness, period. We run candidates through our leadership DNA assessment. We use awesome tools like the Kolbe A Index. We ask hard questions that expose instincts and not just intention. Because I'm not looking for someone who interviews well, that's easy. I'm looking for someone who can walk in, see the blind spots, and makes moves. Someone who can create structure without being told where to start at all times. We measure for things like ownership under pressure, communication in chaos, and consistency when nobody's watching. Because if they can't lead themselves well, they're obviously not going to be able to lead a team. So one of my favorite clients had gone through two different managers, mid-level managers, in less than a year. Both of them looked excellent on paper, even interviewed well. But they absolutely fell apart when they got into the role. So we came in, ran our process, and placed someone who had real leadership instincts, even if their title wasn't the flashiest, and it really wasn't. So within like 3 or 4 weeks, the team that they led had clear structure, very consistent communication, and they were starting to build momentum. And my friend, the founder, told me it was the first time that he wasn't, the default decision maker for everything. That one hire didn't just lighten the load, it really changed how the business functioned. Because now decisions were being made without a bottleneck. Standards were being enforced without reminder. And the momentum was happening without consistent founder involvement. And that's obviously the outcome we aim for. Not just a functional, manager, but someone who moves the entire company forward without needing to be told how. When you hire the right leader, you're not just solving, like a people problem. You're solving an operational bottleneck, usually the worst one. You're gonna get retention, you get accountability, you get your time back, but more than anything, you're gonna build a company or a business that can grow without burning out the person, at the very top or, kind of in the middle. Because every business hits a point where it doesn't need more hands. It needs a better backbone, and that starts with leadership. So if you're still hiring solely off, job descriptions and stuff like that, if you're still rolling the dice on managers who look really good on paper and they interview okay, you're gonna stay stuck in this maintenance mode. But if you're ready to build a team that can actually lead, if you're ready to install real leadership infrastructure, not just fill some roles, then we really need to talk.